This podcast is rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Some material may not be suitable for children. Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching the best movies ever made, according to IMDb, and then sometimes, as in every other week, going off track to movies that are somewhat relevant to what we're doing.
Cool.
Yeah. This one, I was trying to find a category that fits that that would make sense. But
hey, well, you have your Oscar losers category.
Yeah,
because it lost Best Animated Feature.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
So just any, not even the Best Picture, best anything. If it loses,
you can't. I mean,
that would give us a lot more to work with.
As an animated film, there's only I don't think anyone has
Beauty
been
and the
nominated.
Beast.
Was it? Yeah.
And Up was also nominated.
Up was.
Yeah. So I think those are the two.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah. But so we're watching Moana. It was made in 2016. It was directed by Ron Clements and John Musker. In ancient Polynesia, when a terrible curse incurred by the demigod Maui reaches Moana's island, she answers the ocean's call to seek out the demigod to set things right. TC, have you seen this before?
I have not seen this before.
And?
I giggled.
Well, you giggled.
I giggled quite a bit.
Like a happy child.
I giggled quite a bit like a happy child. That's right. I was rooting for her when she went for the silver. I'm like, get in that fucking thing and go, girl. You know, it's good. This was a good one. I like this one. I don't know why. It was like funny. It was stupid. That fucking bird that taps at the rock. I was pretty high and I was laughing hysterically sometimes now. I'm like, that's still funny. Every time they go back to it, it's like, oh, he's tapping the wood now. Or, oh, he's tapping this thing. Oh, no, he's not gonna swallow the fucking gem. No. He knows what to do with that one. The story, cool, I guess. There was some really, I guess the parts that got me were some of just like the colors and the ocean and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. That neon was just kind of sick sometimes, especially when you're super baked. It's like, whoa, so she is the fucking thing, man. No way. Big G, look at you. Fucking stingrays, Big G, my girl. That's good.
Nice.
I definitely enjoyed it. I did what you said, Denny. I watched it on a very loud system. I got my system going. So there was a lot of good low end. There's, the songs. About me and musicals, right? So I could have done without some of all the singing. I don't know. It just doesn't. For me, it's like it seems easy. Like they're like, oh, they can go into a song now. Like everything's to a rhythm, everything's to this, everything. It's like they can chunk.
Didn't you love the sort of the Polynesian style ones?
I did. Of course I did. Yeah, it was great. It was just, I don't know. I forgot about like Hawaiian lifestyle type situations where like you go and it's just relaxed and you have like island time.
Don't you wish that was accessible?
Like, I was like, I gotta go up there to the water. Maybe the water chose me. I didn't find out about it. Hey, man, the water chose me. Water didn't choose me. Oh, okay.
I guess I'll go sit inside some more.
I gotta go put some these white feet into that that water up there so I can see through the water and I can see the white feet.
Well, her in Worcester.
I'm from Terrence from Worcester. You will get on my beach. You will drink a beer. We're going across the road, and that's about all I got.
Last time I saw TC, it was on a beach, and he was wearing long pants on the beach.
Right, on the beach.
Oh, yeah, gotta protect those legs, dude. You don't want to get sunburned.
You gotta protect the white legs that could die for some sun, that would just sit there going, "Help me, I need sun." So I do think that I would love to go to an island like the one that Moana lived on.
Yeah.
There's definitely a few interesting characters in this. The animation's funny sometimes. It's like sometimes it looks dead on like normal people, and then sometimes they don't look so normal, and it's like on purpose, but they make stupid people. They have like weird different facial like layouts for like dumb people, and they have it's very obvious what's going on, and they use the animation well, I thought, for that, even though it's something like I've never seen. It almost like makes it like you're supposed to accept the fact that they look weird.
Yeah,
which is true, right? I guess maybe opens the door for all the other weird shit for the animation, right? Like the lava rock guy and Which I have to say, if I was a kid, I might be a little scared at that. I don't know.
There were a couple moments in this movie I thought if I was a kid, like the crab thing was kind of freaky.
I'd be crying. The crab thing would freak me out if I was a kid. It freaked me out as an adult, and that and so
that's because you're all high and it was all trippy and shit with the lights.
That's right.
I was like, whoa, look at the fucking shell, man.
Scary there. Yeah,
right.
And he's singing all happy about killing Maui and Moana.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna fucking get you. So yeah, I don't know if I'd like that as a kid. So, I don't have like too much. I mean, some of the VFX stuff looked so real. Like the backgrounds just looked like a real place, and I couldn't tell sometimes if they had like shot a real place and then they did animation over it, or if it's just all animation. It was like, I think for once my HDR and TV was working correctly because I was seeing like it was like very I don't know, it was very sharp. All the stuff. Yeah, it seemed. Really
none of it is real, just to tell you. It's all CG. Well, not
all
CG.
I would imagine not, but like it looks very close some of the time.
It's pretty crazy how they can do that.
I liked it. I'm glad we watched it. Especially like I think what did I say? Hotel Mumbai or something like that. It was like, let's just keep going darker. Let's go darker.
I sort of was trying to politely put that one off. Like,
we're going there next week anyway, so
it's gonna be fucking good, Johnny. You're gonna like it. You'll see. Anyway. There's good parts of it. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I'm just glad we watched this. This was nice. This was like a nice fucking, whatever day it is. It's Wednesday night when I watched it last night. So it was a nice night, like, after work, it's like a relax with a stupid fucking movie about boats and going on trips and shit. What always bums me out, though, I have to say, is that end part where like, I can't stay with you anymore. And the other one's like, you should come, you should do it. The other one's like, I can't do it. Sorry, there's nothing I can do. I can't go with you. I can't be around you. I can't be near you. I gotta go at this point. It's the end of the movie. We gotta separate.
You're talking about Maui and Moana splitting up?
Yeah. It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's like, why even bother at that point? We were all hunky dory now. Guess what, kids? The life doesn't actually allow you to have all the happiness. You gotta fucking have something that screws you over.
Yeah.
No, you know what it is.
Comes back. He joins them when they're all on the boats at the very, very end. He's out there flying with them.
Yeah, but he's gonna go eventually.
Is he there?
He's gonna go.
Yeah, he was. I thought they had his the hawk. He was as a hawk. He was flying there at the very end. But maybe I'm making that up. But I think
you're making it up. I don't wanted them to stay near each other, but
I thought it was just her and her family.
I was just all happy. I thought they show you the hawk flying around the boats, but maybe I was making that up.
You threw a hawk in there, John. You threw a hawk.
But I didn't get any sadness from that at the end.
I always get sadness in all those movies. It's like in they all have them. Aladdin, Jasmine, fucking Lion King, Simba. He's got moments. We gotta separate.
No, you know what that is? That is the genie moment. That's like, genie, you're free from like Aladdin.
Yeah, it's just all this. Yeah, right. It's the same shit. I hate those moments.
This is the same writer and directors as Aladdin.
Oh, there you go. So there you go. Similar stuff. That's just they love that. It's their favorite bridge. I get it. I get it. It's just I don't like it. Okay, I just want to be friends.
It's
okay.
That's always kind of expected.
They hang out a lot afterwards. Don't worry. They hang out a lot.
You guys went across the ocean to Tahiti and you guys don't even hang out again and have a beer? What's the matter with you?
They do. Friends. Of course they do. Come on. They hang out. It's like, see you out there is what he said. So they see each other. Come on. They meet up. It's okay.
It's okay. We're going to finish the story and make it happy just for Timmy.
I was just a little upset and I'm upset.
No. It's a happy ending. I thought it was a really happy ending.
It was a really happy ending. I thought it was great. It was a great time.
I thought the stupid part was where she confronted the lava god. And the lava god was like running at her, and for no reason whatsoever, the lava god stopped.
What? No way. I thought I loved that part.
What was going on there, John? I still don't understand what's going on.
What's that?
What's going on there?
How did she figure it out? Did she figure out that she was the fucking thing, or did she just get lucky?
Yeah.
No, she got there and she realized that the island was gone. Like Tafiti. The island, the thing that
that thing must be
it was
the
gone.
Island.
So she like gets up there and it's like it's gone, and she turns around and she has this realization, and she sees the spiral, and that's when she says,
"Oh right, it's her." Oh wow, right, Denny, we're not so smart.
No,
huh?
I understand all of this, but how did she know that the lava thing would stop? I would assume if I was her,
she knew what it was
because she understood. She understood what it was. And she knew what
had
she
the
had to do.
realization.
But then
She knew
why?
what she knew.
So is the lava
She
monster's
knew.
eyesight so bad that she couldn't see the glowing green rock from that far away? She had to get really fucking close.
But what she did, no, she and again, it's sort of weird. The way it does it is like she doesn't sing to it, so the song sort of like accentuates this, that she's standing there offering it back, and that calms, like the whole reason why she became this beast and is angry is because the heart's gone. There she is, peacefully offering it back to her.
I understand this, but
that eventually, that's what part of what calms her down. It's like, and I think it's a pretty cool thing. It's not like the enemy is something that needs to be defeated. In this case, it's the enemy is something that needs to be understood.
Right.
And by understanding,
I didn't get all that.
John, so I understand that, but the way it plays out to me is that when the lava monster is running at her, when she's singing the quiet song, and when the lava monster is running at her, and if I was Moana, maybe it's just because Moana is like better at this fake shit than I am. If the lava monster got halfway to me and was still full on sprinting at me, I'd be like, oh, fuck, this is not the way to do it. Like, I need to fucking move. The thing is running super fast.
To say for one thing, you're totally dead anyway. So, you know, what are you going to do? You might as well have your last moments.
Just let it
classy. Go. Yeah. Just be classy in your last moments. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe you just said that she had some kind of sense that this is what needs to be done. That this is the way to fix it. And
she already gave her life to fucking get there, for Christ's sake.
She'd already turned that corner where she's like, I'm going to go do it, whether it kills me or not. This is what I feel like I should do. So you could argue that, she's already made that decision just by going back there in the first place.
I don't think I caught all this, though.
Well, that's the first time.
There's, not the
You only seen it once. I don't know how many times I've seen this.
Oh, that's
Same.
true.
I don't even have kids. I watch this movie so much.
You do? I don't even. I was like gonna hit my brother. I'm like,
dude, I love this movie.
Moana, did you watch this?
Yeah, but I would tell you, like, this gets better the more you watch it in a lot of ways.
I bet.
I would recommend you, like.
I mean, dude, I was hooked as soon as that first scene when she gets in the fucking water and the thing splits, and I was like,
isn't it? And the singing is beautiful.
Oh, I was like, oh, this is sick. So she's like one with the ocean. Oh shit! Lots of that going on inside.
I'm gonna get real high. The water's moving around. Time to get baked.
Pack a bowl. Let's do this. Moana, marijuana. It seems right. Let's go. Oh God.
This episode's rated PG.
This episode is for 18 plus, 21 plus, whatever it is to get your fucking blah blah blah. Well, it should be. God damn it, the way I speak.
That murderous crab makes it R-rated. That's what I say.
Danny, how many times have you seen this?
I don't even know, dude. Don't even know. That's how many times I've seen it.
Really?
Yeah. I love this movie. Like, this movie's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Like, more than anything else.
Where was I? I mean, I guess maybe I just don't pay attention to movies like this, so they just passed me by.
Yeah, I watch pretty much not every. I watch every Pixar movie that comes out, and so like half of the Disney ones that come out.
Okay. Well, now it makes more sense then. You're watching them all, no matter what. They're coming out.
I'm watching. I mean, this has a 7.6 right now on IMDb. I kind of read reviews, and everyone's like, this movie's fucking great, and then I go see it.
All right.
So, this is one of the ones.
That makes more sense, since I'm not doing any of that,
The best part is how good it looks. Like, the color stuff you're talking about is my favorite part. Just looking at the screen, you could probably mute this movie. Some of the songs are great. I've had You're Welcome stuck in my head since I watched this a few days ago. And regardless of how many times I've seen it, none of the songs get annoying, and I like them every time I see them. And I love it how, like,
what if you muted this movie and put it to some psychedelic rock, man?
No, you put it to Bowie.
Yeah.
So
that Bowie. Yeah. Shit, Starman and shit. She'd be like right on the wave.
The song was like very highly inspired by. I guess Lin-Manuel was listening to Bowie on repeat because it was shortly after his death, and he wrote that one. And also it was inspired by a Flight of the Conchords Bowie song. So,
well, it's also because Jermaine Clements is the guy who plays the crab, who is also in Flight of the Conchords.
He's Flight of the Conchords, yeah.
So he's like, let's do it a Bowie way. Yeah. And they're like, yes, let's do that.
Yeah. I'm proud to say I got a Bowie vibe before I read that.
So did I, dude. So did I.
Yeah.
And I get the same kind of Bowie.
That's good. It means he's good at it.
You've watched all the Rick and Morty's, John? The fart cloud
not
episode?
Not the most recent ones. Not the most recent ones.
Have you seen the one where Morty makes friends with a cloud from another dimension that can like make any element?
I think so. Yeah.
Jermaine Clement voices him too, and he does a song, and it's extremely Bowie-esque as well.
It's Bowie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So he can just do that voice kind of well, Just the slurring British, even though he's not British.
Right. That's sort of like sly, sexy sounding.
Yeah. A little bit like off tune, wavery, but like cool as fuck.
Yeah. And I just love the way he even talks. That character was so much fun because of that. Even though he was creepy and evil, he was still entertaining and humorous.
Yeah.
Oh, you keep surprising me.
Thinking in the theaters, the first time I watched this, when he's like scraping Maui along the wall and saying "die, die, die," and I was like, Jesus, this is supposed to be a kids movie, right? Our kids not freaking out.
Children. Yeah. Sam's watched this a lot with me, and she doesn't. That one doesn't. It doesn't freak her out too much.
Huh.
I mean, she does a run around the couch thing when things get exciting, but she does that in a lot of movies. So
that's funny. That's cute.
How
That's
about the lava monster? Any effect
run
there?
around the couch thing?
No. I mean, it just sort of she does it when things are whether it's scary or the action gets intense or something. She just kind of gets up and runs around.
Huh.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because the directors of this movie and the commentary were talking about how during the crab scene and the lava monster scene, they had conversations about like how scary it would be for kids. And they're like, maybe they won't be able to handle this. They edged on the scarier side anyway. And they go to the screenings and stuff. And no kids have issues with either of those two scenes. So there's just something about the way they're put together that doesn't scare kids, which I don't understand.
Sam was more scared by the scenes of her, like when like the ocean was really turbulent. And about like when she gets like knocked on Maui's island right before there, and there's this sort of that scared her more.
Huh? Because it's like more based in realism, I guess. I mean,
they've seen so many types of things like a lot of
maybe it's just there's these characters and Maui is sort of like you don't necessarily think he's really going to get. He seems somewhat indestructible, I guess. Maybe
that's true.
So maybe
except for his ego. Got a fragile ego.
He's funny though.
Maui burn.
He's real funny.
TC, you didn't mention The Rock.
I didn't realize it was The Rock until it was like 3/4 of the way through. I'm like, that is The Rock, huh? I forgot already what we talked about the week before, So I was watching. I'm like, that sounds familiar. Oh, yeah, right. That's The Rock. We talked about that. Oh well.
TC, I'll tell you. Whenever you're looking for a fun movie to watch, maybe give it a month. But throw this one on again. I'm telling you, there's no shame in watching children's movies as an adult.
No, I never said there was. I'm totally into it. It's just not something that ever crosses my mind. It has nothing. Yeah. It's not like I'm an anti. It's just not something I'm ever like, hey, let's watch one of those. It just doesn't. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I haven't watched in a long time. The Winnie the Pooh movie.
Right.
I wouldn't knock that one either, really, for that matter. But
no, of course not.
Right. I mean, that's right. Pooh Bear.
John, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I mean. I think this is the most rewatchable movie that I know of.
Huh.
I don't know. For me anyway. It's like I don't mind watching this whenever it's on, and once I start watching, I'm happy to sit down and watch the whole thing.
Fucking
like we watched it Friday night, and then we watched it again Sunday, and I was happy.
Oh wow!
Because your kids were like again, and you're like absolutely.
Yeah. They were like, we try to restrict the TV to some extent, but this was like the podcast is a legitimate reason to watch the television.
Right.
So no, I don't know exactly I do have an idea. I think that not only I think the music is fantastic, and I agree, Denny, I don't get sick of the songs, and there's a good variety to them. They're not all these island songs, but the ones that are really good. Like and I love the way they incorporate the foreign languages in it. It sounds just so good.
And I love the way that, like, in this movie, they don't just sing about what's going on and then nothing changes during the course of the song. Like, lots of shit happens over the course of the songs. It drives the plot along.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, sometimes I feel like that was kind of like a cop out. Like we're gonna move the story along.
No, dude, that's really fucking hard to do.
It's more like the story is going along, but there's a song along with it, and the songs are kind of short too.
But again, like for me, I don't like the musicals that much, so the songs I kind of tune out.
I can see that, but I mean, and I could be wrung, but I see like the ones where you reflect on what's happening as being way easier than like trying to actually fit within song and dance and lyrics, making people age during a song. Like that seems a lot harder to me, but I don't work on this shit, so I don't know.
Well, they also
I don't know either.
Use the song to like do more than you would if they're not just putting the song there. It's like, okay, now we need a song. And some of it
like Mary Poppins, he's like, I'm a chimney sweep, and that's the end of the song.
Right. Here, I'm introducing my character, sort of, and it's kind of like that with Maui, but it's so much fun. I don't care.
But, that was funny. When they're on that island,
Yeah,
but he tricks her into getting locked into a cave during that song.
Oh, yeah, you should have heard me on that. I was like, oh, come on. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I still love that line. Now he can do anything but float. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's just
That's hilarious. It's like a video game rule. It's like, oh, they didn't program swimming into this game, so you're fucked if you go in the water.
But that's why even like I know I still that in lava scene where the monster is coming at her and they use the music to convey this, how she's like dealing with it and feeling something different. It's really cool. I think it's a beautiful scene of her singing so softly and having that monster looking so fierce and terrifying. I think the contrast is really amazing.
I do like the song and the contrast. So I'll try again. Like that's the one part that really kind of irks me. No, seriously. Like I really like this movie and I want to like every part, and that part just seems everything works so well for me, but then that part is what the fuck? Like, why would the monster stop and how would Moana know? I don't know. Whatever.
I think it's I'm just so along for the ride at that point. I think that this follows like the scene with her grandmother is so beautiful and I cry every time. I think that just the way that plays out and oh man. So I think it's so in addition to the music and the beauty of this all the just the visuals, I think that just about every character has like a great arc. Every single one in this, like Moana herself and Maui.
The chicken doesn't. The chicken doesn't, John. Well, chicken is just as dumb as in the beginning.
All right, hey is comedic relief.
Yeah, there you go.
But I didn't say everyone, but they, everybody has to make sense what they're doing. Her dad's sort of fear of the ocean, like he used to be her, and how he had to like give it up. How she wants to do something that's dangerous, how she's like struggling with like how she could find happiness where she is, to quote the song. But that's true. It's like there's this idea of like she's trying to fit in, but she has this other idea of who she really wants to be. The way they play all of that out, I think, is just fantastic. The grandmother as a character is just the wise old lady character. I don't think it's ever been done better in terms of how
disagree.
Yeah. So
I love it how she just like plays into it too. She's just dancing in the water with the stingrays
she's
and
having
shit.
Fun.
Yeah.
She's like she's got humor to her.
I guess I got the right tattoo, huh?
Yeah.
Loved that line. I'm like, this old lady is fucking great.
Yeah.
And even her like wondering and being worried about maybe she pushed her too far, and Moana worrying that she's trying to do too much. That whole everything seems pretty necessary.
Authentic there. And it's very authentic.
Different scenes that happen, they seem really hooked together really well. So the way that everything plays out just makes so much sense for the characters. And there's some stuff in there that doesn't have to be there, but it's really fun anyway, like the Kakamura battle.
I'd say that's the only part that doesn't need to be there.
Those was
right.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
though.
it was good. It was. It probably would have been too slow for too long.
What are these things? And then they scurry up the fucking ladder and like you're like,
coconuts.
I know. I thought it was great.
Oh no, and I still like it. I'm happy it's there, but you could see how that doesn't. It's not like one that's necessary.
No, totally.
But I think,
nothing like
that was just there for show,
right?
To look at. Like, look what we made.
It was there for pacing because like it was slow scene and then slow scene after, and you need to like keep people entertained.
Right. So even then, you can argue it serves a purpose, and it's fun, and the coconuts are this great combination of cute and menacing. And when those like that one coconut shoots the chief with a blow dart, and the other one's
hides it behind his back.
Put that away.
Yeah,
it's just a great.
That shit's funny.
That's a great moment.
And that was definite like Mad Max Fury Road ripoff. Totally.
Oh, they said it was an homage. It was like tribute.
Who said that?
On the Wikipedia page, I read that they really actually wanted it to ape Mad Max at that point.
I mean, that was pretty obvious. I think just with the there was a scene where they drop all the coconuts on the giant drum, and then
I thought that was great.
Yeah. And then also like the hooks, like hooking the their vehicle and stuff.
Yeah, but I think that they just it was it was a great scene, but I don't. And maybe that's part of why it's rewatchable though, because I do just love the way each of these characters, Maui just is there as like somebody who's, he's doing all these things to try to get some kind of approval, and that's not going to work, but he has to like struggle with that. And he's also dealing with the idea that he only is worth anything because of whatever powers he has. So he has to struggle with this idea of like, well, he's going to commit the ultimate sacrifice for him, which is to allow his hook to break, so he loses his powers. I think that is, again, you think that Moana thinks that it's Maui that has to do this, and that if he isn't there, she has to like stand up and just try to do it anyway, even though she thinks she might fail. I don't know. I just think the way it all plays out for each of those characters is really impressive. And you add to that sort of the cultural sort of sense of the islanders and the idea that they may have this sense that they used to go from island to island. And that was like real, they sort of like based this in some real history and did a lot of research. And they even had like a Polynesian council where they were like sort of like making sure that this sort of made sense and didn't like misrepresent the culture. And that aspect of it just sort of adds this nice authenticity and this
authenticity,
of,
John. Authenticity.
Authenticity.
Just say authenticity. I'll clip it in there, John. I'll clip it in there for you.
But the other thing that
no, you don't want to clip it in. You don't want to edit there. I clip it in there for you.
Let's keep going.
Authenticity.
Okay.
You should put me. You should cut me in there.
I'll cut TC's voice in for you there, John.
Anyway.
Yeah, authenticity.
So that's the other thing. In addition to the characters, they show that so well with the voyaging song or the whatever it's called.
Away.
We know the way. Yeah.
Oh, fucking A. Love that song.
Spirit of how they're like out there on the seas and being voyagers, and the way that whole song plays out is so beautiful.
Yep.
I just love that part every time. So yeah, this is really
it's a great movie.
Dude, it's surprising how this isn't in the top 250.
No, it didn't. I don't know why.
This is so much better than fucking Toy Story 3. It is unreal.
What is that about?
Right. Unreal. And it lost out to Zootopia, and I love Zootopia too. It's actually another very rewatchable one. But man, Zootopia is not anything like this as far as...
I would say, I agree, but I think Zootopia is probably up there because children aren't voting for these, and Zootopia has better, like if you're an adult and you're rating, I don't know, Zootopia has like better morals for kids. It's like a moral type of movie where it's like, this is a good way to be moral, but this is just fun.
Yeah, no. I think that this though has even better lessons and better like morality in terms of having confidence, of dealing with your fears, of going against things that other people say you shouldn't do. I think that,
I don't know, dude. Though it's a little more like you don't want your kids to go do dangerous shit, right? Like there are people that don't want their kids to go. Like that's why her parents are afraid because they don't want her to get hurt. And there are some things that are magical in this movie that don't happen in real life. Like, hey, she's actually the water goddess.
When you have smart kids, though, like smart kids will take these impressions from Moana and like be like, oh, it's a metaphor for things. Well, dumb kids would be like, oh, I'm supposed to jump off the bridge. Moana said, you know what I mean? Like, so there's two different types of parents here. The one parent that's like, that kid's dumb as dirt. He's gonna jump. He's gonna fucking eat a rock. He's gonna eat a rock.
He's gonna be like, hey. He's going to identify with the chicken.
Right. And then the other parent's going to be like, no, my kid's fucking brilliant. He's going to know exactly, or she's going to know exactly what's going on. And they're going to be like, yeah, no, it's a good lesson for what I'm supposed to just keep on trying. You're like, yes, you get it. See, don't be like Johnny. Don't be like Timmy. They're jumping off the fucking thing into the river. They're dumb. Don't be like that.
No, it is about confronting fears or doing things that are scary. And I think that's, again, like my daughter.
It is about that, but it's also being like an insubordinate, bratty little teenager that wants to run away because your parents are telling you to do one thing and you wanted to do another thing. You know?
Oh, John, that seemed very deep right there. That was Brad.
I think like I'm on the side of this movie. I think is good for kids, but I don't think it's as good and as clearly moral as Zootopia. Is that all I'm trying to say?
I think Zootopia sort of sets up.
Zootopia.
Well, it's like you have the meat eaters and the plant eaters, and
it's really on the head. But I think that's good for kids. I don't know.
I guess you could be right. It's sort of. I think you're right. It's sort of clunky in Zootopia if you think about it for very long. But and again, I really like Zootopia too, so I don't want to. That one.
Yeah, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I think this movie is better and is better made. But I can kind of see how that might happen.
I love the spirit of it. I love the idea of how you relate as a family when you agree or disagree. How the idea of there's things like traditions, things like the things that other people can teach you. I think these things are more sophisticated and nuanced and better presented in this film.
Agreed.
And also, it's not a female empowerment film or anything like that because it never calls it out. But all of it, it's just like there. It's like, here's this girl being brave and being strong and
if she said girl power at any point in this movie, it would be 10 times worse than it is.
Oh yeah, right. But I know, and I don't mean to disparage any of that. I just say
doing that so obviously is annoying. Like doing it like this is the best way you could possibly do it.
Because it doesn't even like, it just does it. It's like, there's no, like, it's not even about whether she's a girl or a boy in the village. It has nothing to do with that. It's just like, she's just there struggling just like anybody else would.
Yeah.
And the same thing with sort of the multicultural presentation of it too. It's just like done in a way. It's not like, hey, look at this. Isn't this like amazing how we're all sort of different and the same? No, it's just like, here's this, here's
But then
like
you still had assholes that obviously want to, I don't know what you call them, the journalists that always just try to make things seem bad. They're like, oh, the way they're, the Polynesians are represented in this movie is cartoonish. And you're like, it's a fucking cartoon. Also, look at all these white people in these other cartoons that also look ridiculous. Yeah.
None of it's real.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It makes
I hate that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just think it really is a great representation of people and struggling with some more abstract things. And you're right, Denny. It is more metaphorical, I guess. You don't want to take it literally and go out on a boat and go find your island.
Yeah, you don't want your 1-year-old kid to like wander into the ocean.
Moana said that I gotta go in the boat and go down the water, and then I gotta find a Tahiti.
I got a chicken. I gotta take a chicken with me.
Right, and I have to take one of the chickens. One of the chickens, yeah, one of the chickens.
I mean, she tried to.
Right. That's
You're cracking yourself
kid,
up there,
right.
CC.
Yeah, I am, absolutely. This is funny in my head. I'm dying.
So you're like a shrimp boat captain or something.
Yeah, right. Oh, Mama did say. Yep. So that's it.
That's it. And what were you saying, John? That was so intelligent, and well spoken.
But hey, we need something stupid to lighten the mood. This is Buzz Killington over here.
Episode, and then you derail me, and then it's over. So
yeah, we derailed.
Yeah, it's okay. No, anyway, I just love the film, and I try to understand why it's so rewatchable, because I think it's more than just the visuals and the music too. I think I love the characters. I love what they go through and how the film is put together. And I think that it just seems so well crafted as a story. And I think that's also something we don't see very often. And I think particularly it gets to be my annoyance with some of these, like with the Pixar films and stuff too, where I just feel like there's parts that are just sort of like stapled in there. Mm-hmm. And I get sort of tired after watching it once or twice. And especially it's that like sort of like Pixar middle third that I get
annoyed with. It's a coconut
scene.
Yeah. Right.
It's still short, and it's like very, you're right. So you could argue that that's part of it, but you're right. It still serves as like they can see that as like, well, we need some action here, but let's just do it in a really creative way.
But it's also like the way they move is super fast too. Like I watched this on speed and a half when I watched the commentary, and it was noticeable how fast the animation is in this movie. Like there are some shots that you couldn't even tell what was going on at a speed and like time and a half or whatever. Like the way that she runs, the way that Maui moves, like it is quick as fuck, and it looks kind of smooth, and it makes them look strong when they do it. But man, it's like it's unnatural and weird, but it works really well. It? Yeah, I mean Maui when he sits, he basically teleports from standing up to sitting down, and somehow it looks like he's moving, but like there's almost no frames there for his animation. I don't know. I don't know how they do that.
Interesting. Yeah.
And when she runs, her legs are moving so fast, and when she like climbs on shit, she's just like a blur across the screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I have to like pay attention.
I have to go back and look. I don't think I noticed.
It's so fluid. You don't see it. It's weird, right?
I noticed it the most during the coconut fight scene, where there were individual shots where I've already seen this movie a bunch of times, but like I was just like, whoa, that was really fast. Like they spent all this time and animated all those coconuts for like, it's hard to tell at it was less than a second shot. And you can barely see like an idea of movement in one direction, and it helps the whole thing like flow as an action.
So what,
scene,
your brain just like connects the dots?
I guess. Like, I don't know. Because I mean, they don't animate these at higher frame rates than 24 frames a second. So it's not like it's 60 frames a second. So like it would be worth it.
Right.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they incorporate motion blur into the quick frames so it looks smoother when it's still just like 4 frames to sit down. I don't know.
No idea.
They didn't really talk about that. I'm sure there are a bunch of like animation tricks they don't want to share, or they might think are boring, or the directors don't even understand themselves because they're not animators.
Yeah, it was just great. They just make it work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I could see that more like anything else. Disconnect between the two.
Yeah.
What's your revision? Let me see the revision. That looks great. Thanks. Like that's the director. Yeah. How many teams were involved? No, I don't give a shit about that. What does it look like? All right, cool. That looks good. I'm gonna go back to dinner.
And these guys sound like kind of weird. Like these guys did Aladdin. They did The Little Mermaid. They did Princess and the Frog. They're kind of old school.
Princess and the Frog was the last thing they did. They did like that was the last like hand drawn, I think, Disney animated film.
Yeah.
Which I really like that one too. I like the Dr. John's on there. They have some good sort of New Orleans kind of music, and I don't know. I like that one. it's worth watching.
Might give it another shot. Now that I forgot to cancel my Disney Plus and it's
there
slaps.
you
I
go.
mean, that's how it goes. I feel like fuck it. You might as well use it.
Yeah.
Good shit on it. Wicked Tuna out of
Dude,
bank.
you
Wait,
recommended
you guys-
Frozen 2, by the way, John. God, why, dude? That movie sucks.
Yeah.
I watched like a half an hour of it. They're just like, there's like 3 scenes of them laying in bed, just singing songs to each other about adventure. And I'm like, when is this movie going to start? It's a half an hour in. It's an hour and a half long. What is going on here?
I really enjoyed it. I don't know. I mean, again, maybe it's because I have a kid who just loves it. And also Olaf says there's this great part in the middle where Olaf
Are you going to
is
spoil
like,
it? You're going to spoil an Olaf part?
yeah. Spoil an Olaf part because my daughter had like this incredibly happy moment because for no reason, Olaf's like got lost in the woods and he's like wandering around and saying, what was that noise? Is there? And he goes like, he's like going through the name of the people he knows, Sven, Christoph, Elsa. And then he says, Samantha. And my daughter went, what? And Olaf's like, I don't even know a Samantha.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
It was a great moment.
That's pretty sweet.
So,
and you were also surprised, and she probably saw that too.
yeah.
He's like, you didn't set this up, right? He's like,
we
no,
both
dude.
we both went, whoa, you did it.
Oh shit. That's cool.
So,
That's
anyway.
funny.
That's fun.
I think that movie's great, and Elsa in it turns into this incredibly powerful superhero, which I think is done really as good as any female superhero is done. So anyway, but I also like the
superhero, dude. She has the power of the water, power of the ocean. That's a superhero.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty superpower. I don't know if I don't know if the ocean stays with her. I don't know. The ocean gets to be her buddy still after all this. I don't know, but yeah.
Probably wants to see her live until she's old. I would imagine.
It doesn't get old. Even those scenes where she keeps getting thrown back on the boat. It's so well done.
It is funny.
And then when Maui's reaction, and she's back.
Yeah. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, right.
Or like when they
whole
shake towards
alien.
the end and he throws her off and he's like, had to give it a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of credit to The Rock for being so goddamn likable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really
yeah.
is, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, your favorite song in this movie, both of you guys.
What worst song?
Favorite song. Your individual
favorite
personal
song.
favorite song.
Favorite song still is probably the I think that because it's just the most different to me, and I just love the images in there, is the Voyager song, the We Know the Way song. I just love that. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
I
the one
have to listen to
they
that
play
one.
like towards the beginning and then also like at the very end.
It ends the movie, but I
Yeah.
love the way it's done in the beginning, and I love like it's so great. You feel like they're describing it and they're singing it in the language that they actually would speak, and it just feels so authentic. I don't know if that sounds awful.
At least it
coming from a white
feels
guy.
authentic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe it sounds
Feels
awful.
like, not white.
But it just
yeah.
it just adds to this sense of like you're in a different place and time by hearing a different language that you've never really heard before, and the way they dance and it just seems, and it just also somehow they convey this idea of adventure, of going out in the search for the unknown, and they convey it so well in this song and the images that it's just it's really cool.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What about you, Denny?
I'm going to go You're Welcome easily. Just because it's in my head and I like it. It makes me happy. It's like
Which one's that one?
It's the one where she just meets
Maui's
Maui
song.
and he's saying you're welcome for like giving you islands and the sun and like waves and birds and whatever the hell else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. I remember that one.
Yeah.
It's
Or at the
very
very end, she
entertaining.
gets locked in the cave and he takes her boats away, sails away.
Oh.
What else you guys got on this one?
That's all I got. Except I just don't know. I wonder why it isn't as well regarded as we think it should be.
I know.
I know.
Weird.
I mean, because even I liked it. Right?
Yeah.
That's saying something.
I know there was kind of a saturation of films like that. Like Zootopia and Moana came out that year. I think there was a third one that was a big one that came out that year even. So maybe it was just kind of an animation saturation at that point. Like I wasn't that interested in it when it came out. I think too, maybe I was like, they're doing the Hawaiian thing. They did that with Lilo and Stitch already. So.
I'm reading why it's not rated a 10. It's because this one came out last in a very good year for animation. So all these IMDb reviewers are all just like, this is an 8 out of 10 because it's fantastic.
Fatigued.
But it's also a year where Zootopia and Kubo and the Two Strings came out, which I already
Kubo
gave
and the Two Strings.
same year.
Right.
Oh, I haven't even seen that one.
That one's good.
Kubo is good. It's good.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Huh.
It's not. I mean,
It's stop
really,
motion.
It's the people that did. I think Coraline.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
also really good.
Studios.
creepy.
Yeah.
Did you see Coraline, TC?
No, but I remember it.
That
Like
one's
as far as like the movie and seeing trailers and that one's creepy, I think, right?
Yeah, it
is creepy as fuck.
Okay. Maybe skip that one.
So maybe that was it. It was just kind of an animation saturation thing, and they were just like, "We're so tired of all this."
So they should have waited like another year, and it would have been
maybe. Yeah.
Holy shit! But why would you?
I mean, it's not like it flopped.
No,
it made a lot of money.
$700 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
baby.
Yeah.
How about these assholes making all that money?
I know.
Fucking A.
So they paid everyone, and then they made, so it was a budget of $150 to $175 million. For some reason, Disney doesn't have to disclose their budgets. Usually movie studios do. I don't know why they get away with that, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's an estimated budget, but they made $690 million worldwide, which is about $150 million in pure profit.
Oh,
that's a decent amount of money. And they also did what?
Oh, and you already owe like $2 billion or something, right?
Yeah, and Zootopia was a Disney movie. It was like they had two movies that year.
Disney's a beast.
They're so big.
Does anybody know how much Disney makes? I don't. I'm asking. Does anybody know how much they make per year?
I mean, they own a bunch of smaller things all over the place too. Yeah, I don't know.
But Disney Corp itself must be like a fucking $1 billion enterprise.
Yeah, they're lucky. This is the year they fucking launched Disney Plus. That's for damn sure. What with the no theaters?
Yeah, no kidding. It was perfect. Yeah.
They must have known it. Maybe Disney
really
started this shit.
Fucking don't start that rumor.
Disney started it.
I mean, their platform's good too. I like it. Their app is good. The app looks exactly like it does on the web. It's all the same shit. Doesn't
to relearn shit.
Different.
Yeah,
fucking good.
It's good.
See, I'm just reading random things on the internet. Worth more than $100 billion.
Worth more. What does that mean?
Like what's worth more than $100 billion?
Disney.
They're worth more than $100 billion.
Net worth is more than $100 billion.
That's pretty small comparison to the big giant.
I think net worth is like kind of a made up thing, isn't it?
Oh,
it's kind of like a calculation or something.
It's a calculations of assets.
The value of the non-financial and financial assets owned by an institution. Unit.
So it's owned, right? So like,
if they sold all of their shit, then they would be able to have $100 billion cash or whatever the fuck.
So like Bezos with his 100 whatever trillion, like if he'd have to get rid of Amazon entirely.
Yeah.
To have that money. But that doesn't mean you can't borrow against that.
Yeah,
buddy. Imagine the world he has with banks and probably doesn't even spend his own money.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. Anyways.
That'd be hard. So TZ had a question for you.
Else. Sure.
You loved Hamilton. You liked the songs, but you didn't gush about the songs.
I did. No, I didn't gush about the songs.
Same dude.
But
Lin-Manuel Miranda, same dude who wrote both.
Yeah. Did Moana?
Yes.
Well, he did, but he did that in collaboration too.
Songs. Yeah.
Wow. So how about he's something else? That guy, huh?
Yeah. And this is the same year. He actually signed on to do the songs on this before Hamilton came out and was a smash hit.
Dude,
he was like working on it with them.
Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. He I guess he had like the cast members of Hamilton help him sing some of this stuff, like just for demos and like for the songs for this movie.
It does actually feel kind of like that.
It does.
It does. It really does. Now
I think this is more a message back at you, Denny. You should try Hamilton again, like when you've really got time to sit down and watch it.
That's why I like that one King song, is because that King song reminds me of You're Welcome. Like do 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 do. It's like bouncy and like swingy.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that.
My daughter and I, we sing the King song a lot. My daughter and I do.
Oh, that's a great song.
It's like we sort of have to get some explanation about how she has to walk around singing, "I'll kill your friends and family."
Yeah, right.
Just kind of
context that you got to give.
Yeah, but little 5-year-old talking about murder, but anyway, it's so great. And she actually, I've been like listening to that soundtrack a lot, and
I guess I just didn't retain them because I was like, there's too much going on. It's sensory overload, like you said, Joe.
Oh yeah.
Like now watch it for only the songs now.
But it's the same with Hamilton, Denny. If you can, I don't know. I know you're saying that it's just coming at you so fast and so much was going on. But man, I don't know.
Just the words were coming too fast. I was like underwhelmed by what was going on screen, but then the words were just like so fast, and my brain just
such a
couldn't
combination of speed and dullness that
all
it's
those not all that quickness and rhythm that I don't have. Yeah, except I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
God forbid. You should be able to handle this stuff, Denny.
No,
I
too
think
fast.
it's pretty cool
Too
stuff.
fast.
Too fast.
No, you guys just
You can
watch
play
movies and you're
rhythms
like, the
faster
story
than that.
doesn't matter. I'm just going to enjoy the experience where I'm like, what is he saying? I need to follow the plot exactly. I need to know what makes
You're
sense.
like the guy with the ear trumpet, pushing it over. What was that? What was that?
Ear trumpets.
Yeah.
They still make those?
I don't think
Might be
I
in the
doubt
market. I might want to get one.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys ready for commentary?
Yeah, what you got?
The commentary track was with Ron Clements and John Musker, who are the directors. They were old school Disney, as we said. It was okay. Not bad, not good. They talked a lot about iterations of the story. That seems to happen a lot in these animated movies. I don't know why.
Yeah, apparently it got like tweaked an awful lot. Like there was a whole lot of different things and different directions that they went with it.
Yeah, Taika Waititi did the first screenplay for this movie. You guys know who that guy is?
What's that? No, who's that?
He's the guy who wrote and directed What We Do in Shadows, Thor Ragnarok, Jojo Rabbit.
The guy actually from
What does that mean?
Flight of the Conchords also is the guy co-directed.
He's just the guy. That's who did it.
That guy also co-directed What We Do in the Shadows, which I didn't know, or co-wrote it.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
Jermaine Clement.
Yeah.
So
That's a dude.
both of those, the two main characters in this movie, the one dude wrote the initial screenplay to this, and the other dude played the crab and sang the crab song. So that's
what a fun project.
Yeah.
Huh?
Taika Waititi was supposed to write the entire screenplay, but he left to go work on What We Do in Shadows instead. So he kind of dropped this project, and like a bunch of other people picked it up.
Have you guys seen that?
Yes, it is fucking awesome.
It is. It's really good. TC, if you haven't seen it, I think you'd really like it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's like you know, Best in
It's
Show.
Like or like The Office almost, but it's like werewolves and vampires. The werewolves are some of the funniest part in that one though. But it's a series now, and I don't know where it might be on Prime. I don't know where it is.
Yeah,
there's a series that I watched. I didn't like it as much as I liked the movie.
We watched one episode,
just,
and the characters didn't nearly stick out as much, so we stopped after one episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
No, it's getting good reviews.
What was it
though.
called?
What We Do in Shadows.
Okay.
Is it What We Do in Shadows or What We Do in the Shadows?
What We Do in the I don't know.
I think
both sound right. You're probably right if you think it's that one.
Either one.
It's the.
It's the. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're sure of it, I am not. So you're right.
That's all.
The web has told me.
Okay.
The web
so it's not even from your brain. You're reading it, and you're like,
it was from my brain, and then what I did was make sure that I'm correct. But my brain might not be wrong.
There you go. That's a way to do it.
It's an FX show. Okay.
The opening song, which is kind of like a Lion King-esque song with the chanting and stuff, was recorded in a hotel room, and the hotel security was called because they thought someone was getting murdered.
Why did they record it in a hotel room?
Because it was they recorded it really early on in making this movie, and it was going to be in there for like a placeholder, but it ended up sounding so good that they just ended up using it in the end.
Oh, that's funny. And they treated it, and he was like, we can gussy this up and have this work. And they're like, all right.
I love that opening scene of Grandma terrifying the children. It's so good.
Strangely, John Lasseter's name came up a ton on the commentary.
Oh.
You know Mr. Hugs a Lot, that guy?
Yeah.
Ex-Pixar dude.
Well, they pitched it to him. I mean, he's the executive producer, so I guess he's the guy that like green lights it, right?
Yeah, he was the acting director of the animation studio for Disney for 8 years, between like 2008 and 2018, I think it was 18, or was it 16? No, he left in 2018. But yeah, it was weird because like he could be a genius. Like a lot of the stuff they talked about in the story, I won't go too much into specifics, but like they were having issues with the story, and every correction of what was wrong and what ended up in the final movie came from John Lasseter. Like he gave all of the advice on how to make this story work.
Huh.
So he might be some kind of like animated story genius or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and again, maybe he's a horrible person in real life, but
I don't think he's a horrible person, right? He just creeped some people out. He didn't like do anything. Like, creepy hugs is one thing, and I understand that it's not great.
No, it wasn't just that. Not just creepy hugs. I think he would like feel girls' legs up. I mean, he just made it an environment where people.
Are you sure about that, John? Are you throwing allegations
Nobody
out?
had a boundary.
What's that?
Nobody had a boundary is what it was, right? Like it doesn't matter how far away. Like
But I think that but what again.
I mean, what can you do? It doesn't mean he's bad at his job.
No.
I mean, shit. He's just like a fucking,
He's starting up another studio.
I'm sure many people will join too.
I haven't heard anything. I thought
if he was smart, he would throw things in place where it doesn't allow him to do things like that, and then he doesn't have anything to worry about.
Yeah. And we'll just move like a Catholic priest, just get in trouble at one institution and move on to the next church there. And
well, right, but I mean, like you would hope that people can get better, right? You would hope that people can get better.
Gonna make them money,
Well, and that you would hope that people get better. That's all.
So it's called Skydance Animation. Their first movie scheduled for 2022.
Okay. Well, they're not going to be there. They're going to be doing that if they're during COVID.
Maybe.
Fuck, are you serious? Maybe
you could probably do animation easier than like a live action movie.
It's harder than you think.
Well, I'm sure there'll be delays, but at least they can at least animate at their home as opposed to like filming fucking Keanu Reeves in downtown San Francisco. They can't do anymore.
No, exactly. But the hard. Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. You're right. That's going to be a tough one. That's interesting. That's interesting to know.
Solacitors is Skydance Media. They've got a couple of films coming out. I mean, but I don't know. Like, I haven't heard of any of them yet. It's like Spellbound, Powerless, a film called Luck. So those are all.
I mean, he'll be right back.
They're not out yet. So there's the 14th Goldfish, TBA, Puku, the working title, TBA, Powerless, TBA. Spellbound's coming out 2022. Luck is coming out 2022. So not anything coming out for a while.
I mean, he's still got money. He's right. Like that's probably how these things happen. You get some other guy. It's like, I'll fucking put money down with you. I don't give a fuck.
Dude's made so much money. He's touched the biggest animated movies of all time.
Yep. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Well, not a good transition here. I'm going to skip over this one until later. Maui was initially bald. His character design was bald, and they didn't say why they changed it to hair, but they said it was a significant increase in the production budget to add hair to Maui.
I mean, look at all that luscious hair you had.
The hair animation was awesome.
It was partially to do with the Polynesian Council was saying that they thought he was just didn't look enough like a Pacific Islander or something like that. Just wow. But I think the hair is great.
Yeah, the hair looks really good. Better than
it's like
Brave.
Moana, but like a crazier version.
Yeah. It didn't like Brave. That was the check out the hair animation.
That was the check out the hair. That was about the best thing that film had going for it.
Yeah, and this movie has the hair and 20 other things that are as good as the hair.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I loved the whole the graphic in his muscles and
the tattoos. Yeah, that was
the thing living with him. It was like a secondary character.
It's a little angel on his shoulder, kind of.
Yeah, smart little way to have another character that doesn't even have to speak.
Yeah,
right. Great. It's fucking a good idea.
And he's kind of there too, because he can flick him and the little guy can hug him and stuff.
He talks shit.
Yeah.
I love that when he's talking shit. He's just putting up things on the chalkboard like Moana 1, you 0. It's fucking fantastic. I thought that was a great little, I don't know. It's just like an added joke on top of the joke.
A bit. Yeah.
The person who played and voiced Moana was 15 years old when she did all of this. And she did all of her own singing. And she improv'd some lines too. Pretty crazy. That
is nuts.
They had across the world casting for this role via in-person casting and also on the internet for people who couldn't make it. And there were thousands of girls who went to that audition.
Oh, wow.
So
shit.
She was lucky / she deserved it because she was
awesome.
Good.
Yeah, she sings very well.
The backgrounds, the flat backgrounds and the tattoos were all hand-drawn stuff. No computer animation there.
Oh, cool. Would not have expected that.
This movie has the most animators that have ever worked on a Disney movie before.
Oh shit!
90 animators.
Whoa!
That's a lot. I don't know how you coordinate that many people.
A lot of fucking people.
Yeah. The weird thing is,
teams were just working on bits at each
they
part.
Were. Yeah, it was weird because one of the main thing they did besides talking about the story and the commentary was which animators. None of which I know the name of, so it was kind of not that interesting. But they would name off the individual animation teams. Teams of 2 or 3 that did individual scenes. So each scene was given to a small group of animators and they animated it. And I would think that if you did that, the movie would be totally not cohesive. No,
because it was everything the head animators, they come up with the look and the template. And the template gets disseminated. Then the lower level animators, which are brilliant animators, mind you, are able to follow that template to a T. And then they just...
The template must be really fucking good then.
And it must be, right? And they all must be aware of how to do all the things that the template comprises of, right?
I mean,
like,
John, you program, like, what would they have there? Would they have like models with programmed limits to their extremities? And like, how exactly would you have any idea on how you would control that? 30 teams of 3?
Yeah, I have no idea. No, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you separate it all out. So somebody's doing lighting, somebody's doing this, that, or the other. It's all like, I have no idea how it's done.
No
it's
idea, right?
Scale.
Like, that's what it is.
Yeah, I've done my own little video games where you have, you have models and skeletons and things are animated along those paths. But man, I don't know how what all is coordinated with.
Right, like
with
there's a snowflake guy. That guy does snowflakes. That's what he does every time. Right.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how like
Timmy and Johnny doing plumbing and spackling.
Yeah.
What's crazy too is they talked about how the crab scene was one of the later scenes they did in the movie, and to do that one, they did it in said it was 2.5 weeks to do that entire scene with the crab, and they used half the animators on that one. So there was 45 people animating the one scene for that scene. So that's like a completely different strategy, I would assume.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, that sounds stressful.
Yeah, but it all works out pretty good.
You would not notice that a bunch of different people were. I mean, that's insane. Yeah, it all looked very, very much similar, right? Nothing changed, unless if it changed over time, maybe we just don't notice it. Is that kind of how that works?
Maybe. I mean, there are certain rules in like animation that this movie definitely leans into. Like, it seems kind of it edges on the realistic edge of animation because there's kind of rules that exist, but there's some pretty fantastical stuff that happens. Like, she falls really, really far for a human when she falls into the underworld and doesn't die. Even like Maui's like, oh, she's dead, walks away, but she's not dead. Not even harmed.
Well, she just gets caught by a stretchy tongue.
Oh, you think she would have died?
Dude,
she bounced off the rocks. Those things are like 30 feet apart.
I thought those were rocks. I thought those were plants. I thought those were like leaves that she was bouncing off. I thought there were rocks
that she was bouncing off the edge.
Oh, here we go.
I just love the reaction. Oh, she's dead.
Oh, she's dead.
She's dead. That's it. No chance on that one.
No. They mentioned how the crab song, someone's idea, the animator referenced the Le Poisson, whatever, from Little Mermaid. How it was the cook trying to kill the crab, and now it was the crab trying to kill the human. Like a flip side on its head sort of thing.
Flip side.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid doesn't hold up so well. I don't know. We watched that one a while ago, and it was like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Sorry, I was interrupting you there. Go on, Denny.
No, it's okay. I do it to you all the time. You have a cache there, John.
Yeah, that's true.
2 more pieces of trivia.
Anyway, I was
there. Did you guys pause?
That's priceless, right?
Did you guys pause the?
No, I did. Should I? That's priceless. Right.
Did you pause the movie when the crab was on the screen?
No.
There's a bunch of Disney Easter eggs on his crab shell.
Oh, really?
Like the genie lantern from Aladdin is on there.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
During
is this the pause when she goes to get the hook?
It is always out. Like, the shell is modeled the same, so I'm not sure what exact shot of the shell you can see it, but I'm sure it's in a few shots. Where if you got like a good view of the shell, you could pause it and probably find a few things in there.
Well, right, but when she's up there going to get the hook, that would be one, right?
Yeah,
okay,
that shell. Yeah. Also, and John, you know the name of the reindeer from Frozen?
Oh yeah. So that's Sven.
Sven is in this movie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Sven. Yeah.
Maui turns into Sven when he's flipping through animals.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's when he doesn't yet know how to do it again.
Right.
So look for that. I didn't notice it, but they said it's in there. So also, Flounder from The Little Mermaid is in this movie.
Oh, when?
During the opening, not the opening one, but the island song where she like is dreaming about being in the ocean. Flounder.
Wow.
Right.
And the last thing is that The Rock didn't meet anybody filming this movie because he was filming 5 other movies during the course of this movie. And wherever they needed his voice, they would follow him around to different locations across the country as he filmed.
And just record him there.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So he did all his lines by himself.
By
I guess
himself.
they didn't.
Yep. And he didn't meet anybody until the premiere.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
He must have had somebody that was coaching him through it.
No kid. I don't know
for
how
sure.
They,
the production team was there.
Yeah,
but
like
the actors and stuff.
Yeah. There must be. I don't know how they pull that off. And not just on his talent, like you said, but how they coach him and make sure that they get a good take and that it's going to feel natural.
It's the fucking Rock, dude. It's Dwayne the Rock
it's what
Johnson.
they do for a living.
I know, but it's
Come on, he's done it
so
before.
well. I do things for a living, not so well.
Yeah, right. But you know what? You do them
but
really
you're not
well
top
sometimes.
of your field, John. We're talking about The Rock.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Talking about The Rock, John.
World
Compare
famous.
yourself to The Rock.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Come on, John. All right. But I know what your point is.
Yes.
I think that if you have the right teams, because I think remote dubbing is becoming a much more of a thing now, because the dubs are fucked because everyone was usually doing it in the studio. So now we're going to be remote dubbing. So imagine these things have been in the works for a while. There's been companies poised and ready to take on exactly this. So I think that if the companies are looking at them like, we can't get Rock to do anything, we should go towards them. Are there any other vendors that supply that? Yeah, we got this one. They do this all the time. And they show up and they, pop up, fucking record. And that's the end of that.
Hopefully it doesn't get like
it's great.
commonplace and everyone gets bored of it and the voice acting becomes worse because they can just fucking act 24/7.
Yeah.
Like I get a lunch break.
Yeah.
I can record some
I don't
lines.
think so. I mean, they take the job. That's what they do, man. This is their work.
No,
I don't know.
it's just,
People
I
are
just
very
think
serious about it. I don't
it's
think they
just
would do that
amazing
anyway.
How it's done in isolation, because the character interactions in this are so good.
Right.
That it's
Well, they
just,
must have had a track.
Well, they have
Yeah,
or they have her. Yeah, I mean, they have somebody else
They have
acting
something
her
for him
lines,
to
right?
act. Yeah, and they have
Right,
something for him to
I
act.
mean, it's
too.
even they didn't really
Yes,
describe how they did it specifically, but they might have just like acted actually together, but like at a distance.
Yeah. Just yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Like maybe they just have like a really good a place with a really good internet connection, so there's no lag or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, like how we do
like
podcasts.
The news stuff does that all
Definitely
the time.
don't use
with
Skype. No, they're not using Skype. They're paying
But-
for it and they're getting fast service.
Say,
Yeah,
all right, are you ready,
Not
Rock?
enough
Rock?
money. There's a way to do anything.
Rock, do you hear me?
Yeah,
The Rock.
I can see
The Rock.
Are
Do
you
you
ready?
hear me? The Rock.
I think you would want. Nah, who knows though? The Rock is a beast. He could be so good at this. He doesn't even need them there. Who knows?
Yeah. All right, that's all I got, guys. What do you say?
That's I've hadn't had anything for a long time. So
Sounds good. John, would you put this in the
Anything on
top 250?
I was asking Timmy a question.
Oh, Timmy.
Oh,
Timmy, go ahead.
yeah. Oh, hi, John. Thanks for asking.
I always
Uh,
tell you you're.
I got nothing but good things to say about the family and Moana and everyone involved. They're good people.
Wow. Oh.
I want you to memorize one of the songs, TC, and then sing it as Timmy's voice.
as Timmy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next week we'll get some.
That's
That's what I want.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
It'll sound like Adam Sandler, probably. Yeah, that's all it's gonna sound like. Yeah. I
Anyway,
would put top 250.
John,
Oh
would you-
yeah, I have to. This is probably my most watched movie, and I don't mind watching it again. So
Nice.
man, yeah.
Right. Yeah,
I
I'm
would too.
gonna probably watch it again at some point, especially if ever meet a lady. But hey, I got a good one. I love Moana.
Eh.
Huh?
Put that on your profile.
I don't do the
Favorite
profile.
movie, Moana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite movie? I don't fucking know. Something that gets me to fucking sit in bed and chill. I don't give a shit. Right? Something I don't have to read.
No reading.
No reading.
Oh.
Well, I don't think there's reading next week. Next week, you guys were watching a night. Is this the oldest movie we've watched so far?
Which one?
1931.
Ooh.
M. Directed by
right.
Fritz
This
Lang.
Is right.
So old that they only used the letters. They hadn't gotten to words yet.
So Metropolis is older than this. So we watched an older movie than this.
And isn't Fritz Lang? Who
And
is he? The
Fritz
same
Lang.
director?
Same
as
director, yeah.
Metropolis.
Yeah. So I don't know if I don't want to raise your hopes up a little bit. I've seen this one before and I liked it.
Okay.
So like
Raise
it's
my
super
hopes,
old,
baby.
but like it seemed not so old from what I remember.
Fucking alarm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that TC?
That's
Is that
Naomi.
you? Naomi, stop it, Naomi! You're ruining our podcast. Ruined.
Ruined. Yeah, right. Yeah, she ruined it. Yeah, sure.
Thanks,
I-
Naomi.
Oh,
Oh, well, you
jeez.
got me on here. Don't worry, I take care of that. M, we gotta gas me up on this because I don't fucking think I'm gonna handle it.
Yeah,
But,
you might give it a chance,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Give it a chance. I think it's a
so about
talkie.
little kids. Oof. Okay, it's a talkie at least.
It's a talkie.
Oh, that's a step ahead.
Yeah,
in the right direction.
in the direction that you want to be in.
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
I
So
wanna
that's
look
what
at
we'll
the
do.
stars.
All right.
When the police in a German city are unable to catch a child murderer, other criminals join in the manhunt.
Ah, this looks good
1931.
now.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I'm
okay.
looking at it. I'm reading the synopsis like, oh shit, okay.
It's like the bad
yeah.
guys are the good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like The
okay.
Boys. You ever seen that show or what's Suicide
Amazon.
Squad?
I should.
Suicide
Oh, no,
Squad.
yes,
right?
yeah.
No,
Suicide
the
Squad.
boys is a different thing. That's
Boys is
it's
something
all really good.
Or The
Good show.
Rock. You get Sean Connery out of prison to help catch the other real bad guys there.
Nice. Well,
Ah,
All right.
M.
All right, guys. Let's hop back in time here.
all right.
Okay.
Later.
Stop 'em.